Where there's a vision, people prosper. And this is not just inspiration, but it provides the direction that you need. It provides a sense of purpose. And then whoever is reading it, it brings about unity. It brings about enthusiasm. Writing down your vision creates this accountability, ensures that you stay on track, that you're progressing, and you're making the necessary adjustments along the way. Writing a vision, you've got to be able to communicate it and communicate it with clarity. It gives you guidance during times of uncertainty, chaos, volatility, complexity, and when the world is ambiguous, it brings about clarity and you're able to navigate with certainty. So if you have a written plan, it becomes like a light in the midst of darkness, in the midst of unpredictable chaos or crisis. You're able to navigate the storm. It's almost like Noah's Ark, being able to ride the waves of change. And you're going to be able to ride the waves of change as well. And so if it's written, if it's documented, it becomes a legal contract, so to speak, in the realms of heaven and earth. So you've got to be in the practice of writing down God's plan for your life, and that plan should be a life plan. Every individual should have a minimum of a 20-year life plan, every business a 50-year life plan, and then every country a minimum of 100 years. I'm looking back in history biblically of visionaries, people that understood that God had a plan for their lives and they propelled humanity forward. And that's what God's plan is all about. It's about prospering humanity, prospering you. It's about pushing you forward, pushing your family forward, pushing your community forward. It's about pushing your nation and pushing humanity. And the greatest visionary of all time is Jesus Christ. And I think about the vision that he had. Jesus had a vision, and his vision was to advance the kingdom, offer salvation to humanity. And that's it in a nutshell. He came into this world and everything he gave was based on love, forgiveness, redemption, and the transformation of an individual so that they could navigate the spiritual landscape of humanity. Jesus bringing about principles for life and living. So really we could just navigate the terrain that we call humanity and navigate the landscape called life. His teaching laid out the foundation for Christianity. If there's anybody that I want to be like, definitely Jesus, because he influenced the millions that were upon the earth back in the day, and then he's influencing billions and billions over millennia of time. He shaped moral values. He contributed to laws and the color of law and how we understand life should be living. And he spoke in such a way that he literally changed the narrative of humanity. He changed the cultural terrain. He changed societies globally, and that's plural. And this is just Jesus Christ with his vision. You have visionaries such as Albert Einstein, Nelson Mandela, Stephen Jobs, Leonardo da Vinci, Sir Isaac Newton, Edison, Marie Curie, Winston Churchill, Galileo, Mother Teresa, William Shakespeare, Alexander the Great, Tesla, and I can go on. Even in the Bible, you have great visionaries like Abraham, Moses, Deborah, Esther. And this is what I want you to be able to do. I want you to be able to understand that God has a plan for you, and that plan is called a vision. We've talked about vision. We talk about the law of documentation. If God has a plan for you, you've got to document. Right. The law of documentation. The enemy attacked Jesus in his mind, and then the enemy used scripture against him. And then Jesus used scripture to counter the deception of the enemy. And Jesus said, "It is written." And the word written, it is documented. So whatever is documented, whatever is written, it becomes a legal document. You can negotiate, navigate with the Supreme Court of Heaven as well as the Supreme Court of Earth. It's navigational, even in the legal terrain. So when you take time to write your life plan, or AKA your vision, your future self is going to thank you.